Welcome to view presentation on Madhya Pradesh Guarantee of Delivery of Public Service Act 2010 and its implementation. It will take around 10 minutes. In 1997, the Chief Minister Conference in the chairmanship of the Prime Minister of India adopted a resolution, Action Plan for Effective and Responsive Government. The Citizen Charter was an important building block of this resolution. In pursuance of the resolution, the government of Madhya Pradesh sincerely implemented Citizen Charter. The response to the Citizen Charter initiative was varied. The success of it was highly dependent on local champions. Many studies and researches have highlighted various factors responsible for limited success of this initiative. Charters were merely taken as pious intent of the government, which failed to garner and display long-term sustained commitment, vision and purpose. The Legislative Assembly passed the path-breaking law, Madhya Pradesh loksevaon ke pradan ki Guarantee Act 2010, unanimously in July 2010. Learning from past experience in the beginning, government cautiously notified only 26 selected services of 9 departments. Later, after experience of 1 year, added another 26. Government of MP intends to bring in the ambit of the Act all public service gradually along with other necessary administrative and infrastructure related arrangements. This enactment has made a paradigm change in service delivery mechanism and shifted service delivery from a domain akin to directive principles to a domain akin to fundamental rights. The government enabled itself to notify services, timelines, designated officers and appeal officers as we have seen in previous slide. Now eligible citizen can demand any of the notified service in time limits, and failure of delivery or time overrun will bring penalty on defaulting officer. Let us visualize the process of service delivery and empowerment incurred due to act to the citizens. When an applicant reaches to the office of the designated officer, he or she may find 3 distinct situations in which she may face problems or denial of service. First, his or her application is refused to be received in place of receiving it. Second, if application is received, at first stance, receipt of application is not given. Lastly, even if application is received with acknowledgement in the end, service is wrongly denied or delayed. For these 4 situations, which are marked in red and squared, the Act empowers the applicant with right to appeal, enables the first appeal office to intervene on appeal or suo motu and ensure applicant the service if he is entitled for the same. Even if after intervention of the first appeal officer, service is not provided or first appeal officer refuses to intervene or delay in intervention, then the Act provides to applicant a right to appeal before second appellate authority, who is made responsible to intervene and ensure service to the entitled applicant. The second appellate authority is also empowered to penalize the defaulting designated officer or first appeal officer if he finds malified intentions in their actions. He is also empowered to compensate applicants suitably out of. Immediately after the notification of the service from 25th September 2010, the operation of the Act started on manual process of service delivery of the 26 services in plus 3,000 offices. To facilitate implementation of the Act, all concerned officers were trained to implement the process and provisions of the Act. And first time, a serious monitoring of the process of service delivery as envisaged in the Act started with collection of basic monthly statistics online. Media campaign was also launched to make people aware of the Act, which still continues. In June 2011, after around 9 months of implementation of the Act, a survey in 11 districts and inspections of offices were conducted. Series of discussions with officers concerned were made in workshop and stakeholder meetings to understand ground realities. As per findings of these review activities, corrective steps for improvement were taken. Online registration of applications started for effective implementation and to support monitoring, dedicated manager and support staff appointed in all districts and 16 departments. Infrastructure upgradation process started, computer with web access provided. Second round of training imparted to designated officers, appeal officers and their support staff. Rejuvenated IEC conducted Lok Seva Day and Lok Seva Week observed, etc. In response to the negligible numbers of appeals against delay and denial of services, an amendment in the Act has been made which now empowers appeal officers to intervene suo motu in case of delay and denial of services to the applicants. In a concerted effort, 52 circulars of 52 services were drafted in widely drawn consultative process of 4 months involving 250 plus. In this slide, achievements are given. Please read and proceed. Check ground realities and support evidence-based decisions to improve and strengthen service delivery mechanism. 2 rounds of surveys have been conducted. First in June 2011 and second in January 2000. The survey revealed that awareness has increased and so is the survey. Two surveys mentioned in 12th slide, a national workshop was also organized. Now, as per the learning of implementation, findings of surveys and recommendations of the workshop, implementation of Act is embarking on third phase. In third phase, strength of modern ICT tools and dynamism of private entrepreneurs will be harnessed to maximize benefit to citizens. The Cabinet has given nod to establish 400 Lok Seva Kendras in public-private partnership mode. A state-of-art software is in final stage of development. Process of selection of operator is to begin shortly. The initiative is replicable and is demonstrated. It needs no other argument as 11 other states have already enacted on same line. Discussion on same line is in progress in UK and Government of India is also contemplating on a similar act. The initiative is essentially a committed effort of process improvement and business re-engineering backed by a statute which empowers the citizen. Once implemented, then continuance of the initiative is cost neutral. It brings transparency and accountability in the system, which is difficult to recede once achieved. The initiative is sustainable as above all it is not a pilot, but it is implemented by regular structures of the department of the government. It is also a win-win situation for both political and bureaucratic executive. The slide sums up on indicated criterion. Now it's yours prerogative to judge our effort.